Hello everyone, this is Pranesh from SNS Institutions. While most AI models focus on being smart and fast, one AI stands for being careful and honest and safe. That AI is Claude, built by a company called Anthropic. Anthropic was founded by former OpenAI researchers who believed that artificial intelligence needed a stronger moral compass. They saw that AI models got more powerful, they also become harder to control. So they set out to build an AI that is not just intelligent, but also aligned with the human values. The name Claude comes from Claude Shannon, the father of the information theory. But the personality of its AI much softer than name suggests. Claude became popular among people who were tired of AI models that argue, made up facts, or refused to admit when they were wrong. Anthropic developed a special training method called constitutional AI. This means they gave Claude a set of a written principle to follow, like being helpful, harmless, and honest. Instead of learning only the raw internet data, Claude learns a constitutional of rules inspired by the Universal Declaration of Human Rights and other ethical. So this makes Claude much less likely to say something offensive, dangerous, or misleading. When Claude doesn't know an answer, it will often say so clearly instead of guessing. That honestly won the trust of many professionals, including lawyers, doctors, and teachers who need reliable answers every single time. That is why Claude matters. Because in a world full of AI that sometimes lies to sound smart, Claude chooses to humble and truthful instead. Anthropic has raised over $1 million from investors who believe that safety and profit can go hand in hand, and they are now competing directly with the OpenAI and Google to define the future of responsible artificial intelligence. So, what is Claude really built to do? Its primary purpose is to be helpful, honest, and harmless. Conversational AI that you can trust with important questions. Unlike other models that try to impress you with a creative flair, Claude focuses on clarity and accuracy. It is especially good at long and detailed conversations because it can remember a huge amount of text at once, up to 100,000 tokens in the same versions. This is roughly the length of a whole novel. So you can give Claude a long contract or research paper or a book chapter, and it will summarize it perfectly without forgetting beginning. For real world use, Claude shines in professional settings. Customer support teams use Claude to answer user questions politely and accurately. Legal assistants use Claude to review documents and highlighting risks. Doctors have tested Claude to explain medical conditions in a simple language that patients can understand. Another major benefit is that Claude refuses a harmful request very firmly. If you ask it to write hate speech or give instructions for like illegal activities, Claude will say no and explain why. This makes it safer choice for schools and workplaces. Students love Claude because it explains things patiently, without judgment. Loves Claude because it gives thoughtful feedback on their stories without changing their unique voice. Creators use Claude to brainstorm content ideas that are ethical and respectful. One unique feature is that Claude is less likely to make up facts, a problem that researchers call hallucinations. By staying humble and often saying, "Do not, I don't know," Cloud actually becomes more reliable for serious work than models that pretend know everything. Companies like Zoom and Notion have already integrated Cloud into their products, bringing safe AI to millions of users. Look into the future. Cloud represents an important direction for artificial intelligence. One where safety and ethics come first, the biggest advantages is that Cloud builds trust. When people feel that the AI is honest and kind, they are more willing to use it for sensitive tasks like mental health support, financial advice, or educational guidance. Over time, Cloud could become the standard for AI in government, healthcare, and law, where mistakes can have like serious consequences. However, the risks are too, because Claude is so careful, it sometimes become overly cautious and refuse reasonable questions. For example, it might hesitate to help with creating and writing that involves conflict or difficult topics, even when those topics are important to explore. Another challenge is that Claude is not as widely known as ChatGPT or Gemini, so it struggles to compete for attention and funding. Anthropic is a smaller company compared to Google or Meta, so that could slow down Claude's growth. The competition is intense. OpenAI keeps adding new features to ChatGPT. Google is embedding Gemini everywhere. So Meta gives away Llama for free, and newer models like Grok and DeepSeek are pushing different boundaries. Claude's unique selling point is its personality, calm, humbled, and principled in a cinematic sense. Claude is the wise friend in the group who does not shout loudest but speaks the truth. The final message is this: the AI becomes more powerful, the most successful models will not be the smartest one, but ones with the actually trust with our most important questions. Claude is leading that quite important revolution, one honest answer at a time, and that might turn out to be the most valuable thing of all.